go bona dilo tša mabona tša go akaretša di-computer, di-printera, di-scannera tša go ntšha moya wa go tona le wa borutho ke ra di-air conditioning dilwana ka moka tša IT le di-cartridges rekiša le mekgobogobo ya di-airtime re etelele ko number 60 Reserve Street shop number 2 or le ka re founa go 015-297-8666 re ikgantšha ka theko tša rena.
One Nation FM broadcasting all across Polokwane City on 88.9.
Good evening, Polokwane, and welcome to tonight's show of The Robust View with myself, Isaac Selana, and my producer, Mapangwa Zikodo, here on One Nation 88.9 FM. This is the only talk radio station in Polokwane, bringing you the show live from the tallest building in the province, and I will be with you from now until 6:30. Please do engage with us on our Facebook page, which is The Robust View on One Nation FM, on Twitter, which is at One Nation FM, or on WhatsApp on 072-081-7974. That's 072-081-7974, or phone us on 010-880-2434. That's 010-880-2434. It's the first show in the month of September, and as usual, our country is not without negative news. From sad scenes of drunk youth during the weekend, saying spring has sprung, continuous domestic violence, commissions of inquiry, and recently the news that as a country we haven't made enough money during the last 2 quarters. As such, the country has plunged into a recession. Many of us do not understand what recession is or how it directly affects us as a country. Firstly, let's define what recession is. Recession is a period of temporary economic decline during which trade and industry activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GDP in 2 successive quarters. In other words, the following might happen or might have happened. Less spending by us. A lot of us don't actually spend on the money we have, we spend on credit. Less investment, high prices, low economic activity, loss of jobs. And all of that coupled with the fact that misappropriation of funds by the state, high rising oil prices, which will increase food prices, shaky currency, low productivity, and global economic battle. Recession is usually a positive thing, in my opinion. Hear me out. Usually countries faced with a recession develop mechanisms to resurrect their economies through production or other ways, like diversify their own economy in order to increase export and actually make money to then lift them out of recession. I just don't know if South Africa has that capacity or capability, except for mining and farming or other industries are not making enough money. Secondly, I just don't think that the government we have can conjure a plan to rescue us. I mean, you're welcome to suggest that they can and how, and you're welcome to interact with us on our Facebook page and just give us your opinion. This country, in my opinion, has been on autopilot since I've been alive. Until today, there isn't a simple textile industry, for example, in Seychelles. So many workforce, but dollar government investment into industrialization. So tonight, you're listening to the show and I'm asking you, how can we rescue us from recession? What do you think is the plan to get us out? Do send us your WhatsApp text on 072-081-7974 or on Facebook, just under the status about what the tonight's show is all about, and tell us your ideas so we can read them and engage them on the air. Just give us an idea as to what do you think we can do as a country in order for us to fix recession. Like I said, in my opinion, and those that do economics, they know that the economic cycle would tell them about recession and coming up and trending the economy growing. Because usually when people are backed against the wall, then they try different mechanisms to get themselves up. So what do you think? How can you rescue us from recession? If you're the president of the country, how can you rescue us from recession? And what do you think it would be a plan? Give us your plan, give us your thoughts on WhatsApp and also on Facebook. Tonight's show, our main topic, we focus on foreign nationals owning shops in South Africa. Massive rumors and some breakthrough by the South African police services on toxic and expired goods sold. And some others are saying it's not all of us. You can't paint all foreign owners with one brush and say all of them, that's what they're doing. We want to know, is it true? Is it happening in your area? Who is to be blamed? And precisely because if they're importing goods from somewhere else, and then at customs, don't they check? There's this series I watch on TV called Border Control. And it's about the Australian border police and customs services and immigration services. And it seems those guys check what's coming in the country like nobody's business, And I wonder if the same is done in our country. Because for us to start blaming other people while they're inside, and they are foreigners, it's easy for us to just say foreigners are the ones who are all causing all the problems. But we're not looking at our own people who are in charge on making sure that whatever comes in our country is safer for us, So to find out, please stay tuned throughout the whole show. We'll try and engage with some owners of foreign national descent, just so we can find out what's really happening. Stay tuned as we take a short break, and when we come back, we start the show with local news. This is the Robust View on One Nation FM.
It's my favorite. I love the taste. It's the bestest. It's tasty for everyone. Primax, I love you.
Primax chips come in flavors with the right taste. Plain salted, Mexican chili, fried chicken, fruit chutney, smoked beef, salt and vinegar, cheese and onion, snappers, thunder. Just too many to mention. Available at all stores. Primax. So deliciously noisy.
This is One Nation FM on 88.9.
Right. If you just joined in or just walked in from the nice new traffic we have in Polokwane, you're listening to One Nation FM on 88.9. This is the Robust View with myself, Isaac. The time is just 22 minutes to 6 o'clock. Let's start with the local news. Limpopo students who walked out during an exam could face suspension. Repercussions will be set for the University of Limpopo students who walked out of a lecture hall after refusing to write an exam, the worst being suspension. Earlier this week, several videos went viral online showing over 400 third-year philosophy of education students protesting in a lecture hall before walking out. Initial reports suggest that the exam was too difficult. However, some students later claimed that they were given the wrong examination and walked out in frustration. University of Limpopo Vice-Chancellor Mokgalong said, I quote, "All I know is that the cover was not correct. It stated HEDA 301 instead of HEDA 302. But the content was what the students were studying," unquote. Mokgalong said the lecturer who had overseen the exam was traumatized by what had transpired, but added that they were coping. Mokgalong said the exam would be rewritten on September 11. Detailing the repercussions for the students' behavior, Mokgalong said the severity of punishment would depend on the outcome of ongoing investigations by the university. He said, I quote, "The worst would be suspension," unquote. There were also fears that the actions of the University of Limpopo students who stormed out of their lecture hall after refusing to write an exam would rub off to others. Education analyst Hendrik Makaneta said students were quick to learn from their counterparts and the incident had embarrassed the terrain of higher institutions. This has already set a wrong precedent because of the power of social media. Students are quick to learn and catch the habits of others, he said. But the Durban University of Technology Student Representative Council Presidency Pepelo Mthembu said local students would not be phased. He said that their Limpopo students' behavior in that video will not come in close proximity to affect our own students. Lecturers will always tell students what is expected in the exams, and the tests are based on what is studied in class. Both Mokgalong and Makaneta believe that the students should have followed the exam protocol and raised their hands if they had a query, or further raise the issue with the respective head of department. ULSRC President Mintiro Mnisi, said he urged students to raise their hand and iron out the matter with the lecturer. He said, I quote, "If you must leave, then do it in a proper manner. This cannot go unpunished," unquote. The Department of Higher Education and Training said it was leaving the matter in the hands of the university to investigate. Spokesperson Lunga Ngengelele said, "The issue of exams, rules and repercussions are the prerogative of the university. The department is aware of the incident and will rely on the outcome of the university's investigation." Moving on, teen to appear in dock of brutal murder of Limpopo classmate. An 18-year-old schoolboy will on Friday appear before the Malamulela Magistrates Court in connection with the fatal noon stabbing of his classmate at Ngatini High School at Shingalo village near Malamulela outside Giyani. Police have identified the deceased as 18-year-old Hloniphani Robert Rolele, who was stabbed to death on Wednesday. The police said it is alleged that the two had a fight during school hours, and later the suspect produced a sharp object and stabbed his schoolmate to death, said Colonel Moatse Ngwepe, adding that the incident took place at midday. Ngwepe said the police responded to a call for help at the school, where they recovered the murder weapon and arrested the suspect. Commenting on the tragedy, South African Police Service Provincial Commissioner Lieutenant General Neke Ledwaba said that the manner in which the life of the teenager was lost within the school environment was saddening. We call upon parents and guardians to join hands with the police and educators to ensure that the school remain a safe environment at all times. Lastly, mother of 3 son critical after giraffe attack at Limpopo farm. A mother and her child have been critically injured after a giraffe trampled them at a farm at Hoedspruit, Limpopo on Monday. Assignment showed that a mother believed to be in her 30s as well as a 3-year-old boy had sustained numerous injuries and were both in critical conditions, ER spokesperson Russell Mayring said in a statement on Tuesday. Upon arriving at the Hoedspruit estate, paramedic treated the mother and the child and then rushed them to a nearby hospital via helicopter. Further treatment and advanced life support interventions were initiated in an effort to stabilize the patient's vital signs. Once treated, the 2 patients were airlifted to Busamed Modderfontein Private Hospital for urgent treatment. The statement concludes, "The circumstances surrounding the incidents are yet to be determined. According to the Hoedspruit police station, no case has yet been opened. As I speak now, we are yet to receive a complaint," spokesperson Sergeant Lebuane Mulaudzu told journalists. Busamed Modderfontein Private Hospital, but they said they would only comment when they've received authorization from the family of the patients. Polokwane's weather updates are for you as follows. The temperatures are expected to be a bit warm starting from 6 o'clock in the evening, reaching a maximum of 25 degrees Celsius. The rest of the city remains dry, as there would be no precipitation expected in the evening. From 12 o'clock midnight and 6 o'clock in the morning, the temperatures are expected to decrease in a minimum of 26 degrees Celsius, while from 6 o'clock in the morning until 12 midday, the temperatures are expected to drop, reaching a minimum of 15 degrees Celsius and to a very hot 28 degrees Celsius in the afternoon. Well, that's it for tonight's news updates. We go for an ad break, and when we come back, we chat to an analyst. You're listening to One Nation 88.9 FM.
In Malawi, over 160,000 people have low vision due to cataracts, and of these, more than 50,000 are blind as a result. Access to life-changing surgery is often simply out of reach, both financially and physically. Help the Alimdad Foundation to restore eyesight to these vulnerable people. Sponsor an eye cataract operation in Malawi for 550 Rand. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information. In Malawi, over 160,000 people have low vision due to cataracts, and of these, more than 50,000 are blind as a result. Access to life-changing surgery is often simply out of reach, both financially and physically. Help the Alimdad Foundation to restore eyesight to these vulnerable people. Sponsor an eye cataract operation in Malawi for 550 Rand. Donate online at alimdad.com or call 0861 786 243 for more information.